Hi, my loves, and welcome back to Ocean Aura. I know I've been gone for so long. My name is Phoenix Rose. You can call me Phoenix. And as per usual, before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. If you hear like this music playing, it's because they are doing some yard work, my neighbor's yard. And it's a lot, you guys. So it's like they were concentrated on this area. So I was like, maybe if I play some music, it'll move them out of the way. So we're going to be doing the full moon in Taurus, which is coming at us on November 12th. Okay. So I know you, my loves, I know. First, did you see my Halloween nails? Ooh, blood spatter. So this has been real tower moments going on, real pop-off energy going on. It's been a lot, right? So I know it's not just me. Like, just be so mindful of your own energy right now, my loves. You know, this is the only thing you can really tend to. It's the only thing you can control, because people are going to act a fool. And this is going to be the season between, that's really going to showcase if you are growing, if you are getting your lessons, or if you are fighting for your limitations. And that's going to be another video I'm going to do on this channel about fighting for your limitations. It just got darker outside. I really hope it's not going to pour. And I'm doing this before work, guys, because I know I'm not going to have any time when I get home. So let's get into it. I wrote down some notes. I looked on various sites for information about this full moon. And so this is what I've collected. And then I'll freestyle and let you guys know as it comes along. And we're going to pull cards, of course. So it says, for this full moon, you're going to have concerns about safety and security. So Taurus is, it's an earth sign. They are very much about, earning. They're very much about security. They are the go-getters. They are the ones who are always going to make a decision that supports financial and physical security. It's really like grounded in like that root chakra energy, like food, shelter, finances, like that is their bedrock. And family, like structure, like that is the Taurus for you, okay? And then it says you have a need to find your own self-respect in order not to seek it outside of yourself. So my loves, this might be coming up for you. Some of you may really be like, I think I have to really let go of this, this hold that I have on things that are not serving me. A lot of people are going to be breaking addictions, breaking generational curses, breaking toxic behavioral patterns. And the process to get into that and to stop it and to revamp and reshape your life is not for the faint of heart. It is a very big undertaking, but one you can do, one step at a time. And right now, if you don't do it, I was just watching another reader I watch, Tatiana Tarot, and she just, I didn't get to finish it, but her message for the week was, let go or be dragged. And that is what this energy is about. That's what this moon is about. And this is the crux. This is the fork in the road, my people, my loves, my darlings. Which way are you going to go? Okay. And also, I want to shout out my beautiful mother from a past life, Lilybeth. She is a phenomenal reader. She is here on YouTube as well. She is under Lilybeth's Divinity Life. I will either link her channel or have the correct spelling of her channel's name in my description box below. Okay, and also, I didn't even say this, for personal readings, all my information is in the description box below and my social media. So come on over to IG and follow me there as well. So she's wonderful. She's been doing, That's my family. I told you, I come from a long line of women who do this, women who are very immersed in the spiritual arts. And her mama does it. She does it with tarot cards, and she's so amazing. I'm so happy and proud of her. She has like she's getting like such a following, and she's really just delivering so many good messages that you need to hear. So if you're not finding it here, please go over there, because you're going to get something from it. She also has a Facebook, and she goes live on there, and she pulls cards. You can donate. She does wonderful personal readings. She has tremendous feedback. So please head on over to Lilybeth's Divinity Life. Hi, mother from a past life. And back to the full moon. So it says, when you accept yourself for who you are, it will become easier to find peace in the outside world. As above, so below, my loves. As within, so without. And so it was funny that this moon was drawing on so many things that we already talk about here, right? About self-love, about self-worth, about not putting your power outside of yourself, but harnessing it from within. So these energies and those lessons are being amplified right now under this full moon. It says you're going to be more dedicated to what you want. You're going to find this, inner fire lit under you that is really going to catapult you into action. Before, it was like getting yourself in the right space, the right mental space, the right energetic frequency. But now you're going to be taking physical action towards the things you want, towards change, towards getting into what you need, what you deserve, what is going to really bring you and your quality of life to another level. It says you're going to be more drawn to get security than the security that you desire or what you want in the moment. So also the sword cuts both ways, right? So you might be a little too hasty, because now you're just like, I gotta. So don't get into a frenzy about getting the thing you want. Trust that these intuitive nudges, trust that these step-by-step actions you're taking are getting you to where you're going, if you know you're stepping in the direction of the thing you want. The journey is not going to be overnight, and some of you may experience a suddenly moment, but if you don't take that as a blow and then stay in what you don't want. Does that make sense, my loves? Like, remember, you're the tortoise in the race, and even if it feels like it's taking so long, you're the victor. You're the one who wins. So please be patient with yourself. Run your own race. It is about you now, boo. It's about you and what you want and what you're going for. So please, please, please center your focus on your goal and take measured steps, actions in the direction of it. No matter how big or how small, just make sure you're getting there inch by inch, right? Step by step, but move in the direction where you know you're supposed to be. It says Taurus is goal-oriented, but it's also concerned with finding a harmonious balance. So you see, it's not just about like getting the thing you want. And if things are out of balance in your life, you are going to very much so be in the pursuit of evening the scales, of balancing the scales, right? So do that deep searching and find where it might be out of whack, right? Out of harmony, out of balance, and then even it out, okay? It says, be careful. A Taurus moon can make you feel stubborn, because every sign, every single sign, just like every single person, has their positive attributes and their low vibrational attributes. And for Taurus, they can be like the bull. They can dig their heels in and and will not be moved on something. So be that stubborn in your commitment to getting to where you want to go. Don't be that stubborn in, releasing things that need releasing, because you're not serving anyone, least of all yourself, by being stubborn and holding on to things that aren't serving you, to things that aren't beneficial to you, to things that aren't bringing you peace and joy and harmony and fulfillment. Anything that's outside of that, that you are not correcting, that you are making excuses for and making ideas about. You cannot live out of the idea of something, right, my loves? And a lot of bubbles are being bursted on what you've been feeling like is, when you're living out of the idea of the thing instead of dealing with what you're really getting, right? So what are the real results your decisions are bringing to you? What fruit is your tree bearing? Is it sour and rank and nasty and rotted and corroded? Or is it, juicy and sweet and nourishing? The fruits of your labors, my loves, will bear what you put into it. And, closing a door on a fire doesn't mean the house isn't burning down, right? So closing a door on a fire doesn't mean the whole building is going up in flames, right? So just like firemen aren't like, just close the door. Why you even call us over here? Just close it. Your house will be fine. Don't do that with things that you know are not serving you, because the universe will drag it from you and you won't like it. Okay? You won't like it. And it says you will also get possible financial fulfillment. So some of you, because I said Taurus is very much so the go-getter, we're going to find the clear path to getting it. Security, safety, protection. These are at the forefront of, a Taurus's priority list. So some of you will draw upon that energy and get financial fulfillment. You will also get sensual delights. Taurus is very nurturing and, can be caring in its high vibrational aspect. So, maybe somebody new's coming along. And then finally, I also wrote, it said, beautifully aspected in the sky. So this particular full moon is so beautifully aspected by other planets in the sky that it helps in the ease of these things. It helps in illumination and gratification in all Taurus ruled matters. So you can have your cake and eat it too, the website said. So without further ado, let's start reading cards. And I'll timestamp it to show when the pulling of the cards start, in case some people did not want the information about the full moon. But I think it's very good to do that, because you get where everything is coming from. Like it helps preface why these specific cards are being pulled and why these energies are coming about. So and helps you get frame the reading from the perspective of the energies that are coming along with it. It's like a pairing, like a good wine with a good meal. It's like, that's why when restaurants are going to be rated and stuff, and they have critics come, they have to make sure the perfect wine goes with the meal, because if you do the wrong pairing, you can ruin the flavor of the meal. So it's the same way with these energies, and like knowing what's going on up there, so that way when we get into the reading, you can pair the information together. There's some air energy coming up. So what this is saying to me, these cards are flying, boy. What this is saying to me is that a lot of these things too concern your mental attitudes, right? As within, so without. As above, so below. Let's see, a lot flipped over. And I will take it. So, I want to pull some clarifiers too, but we'll get into that in a second. I want to just show you. We have the Three of Air, first card out, okay? So, Three of Air is the Three of Swords. That is, you know, heartache, betrayal, sadness, but it can also be about clearing out the heart chakra. We talk about that all the time. And it could also be about third-party situations. Now, during this full moon, you may be experiencing things that are really a blow, right? Like maybe this is, you know, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of sadness, a lot of lower vibrational things that are going on. And maybe you have real things happening to you. This isn't just like, you know, I'm sad and I don't know why. Like, you know exactly why you're sad. You know exactly what's going on. You know exactly what is disturbing your energy field. And but in this time, you see how like there's no one there comforting her. She's comforting herself. But look at, she has like these little birds. You have these outer energies, and maybe these are friends that are like just, you know, perched waiting when you're ready. You know, I'm here for you. You know, let me know when you're ready to talk. Or this can also be, you know, people who have passed over, who, you know, have passed on and are energetically supporting you. Okay, so you're not alone. And it is important to comfort yourself. And what are you not saying? Because you see, she's like covering her throat. She's like clutching her throat like something is stuck there. So you have to stop operating from a space where you're not saying what it is you want either. Because people will be tight-lipped about something and then be mad when they don't get what they want. But you never asked for it, and you never demanded it. More importantly, you didn't set out clear boundaries, right? And so when people treat you according to the boundaries you set, when you get upset, people don't understand. They're like, but you were always okay with that. You always let me do that. You have to verbally communicate. I said no more. And those are also thoughts, right? So don't let your mind run amok, you know? If you leave your mind up to its own devices, your mind is a tool. You're the one in the control room, right? But if you take your hands off and you just let it go, you don't know what kind of show your emotions and your thoughts are going to put on, right? Use your levels. Use your tools around you, you know? Don't sit idly by while your mind runs amok. It happens, but then you have to pull it together and take back control, because it will outwardly manifest the things that you are letting run on autopilot. Page of Air, so that is a messenger, that is communication. You might get communication out of nowhere. And maybe the communication or the messages you got were about this Three of Swords things. Like maybe it was, because, you know, this is like news coming in. This is the Google card. This is somebody spying on you, but it's also a messenger. Pages are messengers, right? So this is somebody messaging you something. And maybe the message you got was, maybe the information you received was saddening. Maybe it was hurtful. Maybe it was disappointing. Maybe it was devastating. Maybe it was something you needed to hear to help wake you up and make you start harnessing some control in your life, you know? And maybe the finding out, because now somebody finally is communicating. Now you're in this space of like feeling forlorn. But it's so much more than that, my loves. It is really about receiving the information and then being able to make an informed choice and take informed action from that space. You got the call. You got call, which is in this and you know, 20 is the wheel of fortune, right? Because then 21 is the world. So the wheel of fortune is when the wheel turns either in your favor, or it's been in your favor and now it's about to turn again, and maybe you feel like things are out of whack. But you have to just know that you have to go and ebb and flow with life and the way it comes at you. And working with this moon, make sure you're turning that wheel in a way that's going to secure you something. Turn that wheel in a way that's going to reset and reroute you back on the path that you are supposed to be taking forward. You got King of Fire. And remember I said about the heart chakra, that this is about also cleansing out the heart chakra. I feel like some of you don't see it yet because you're in this energy, that what you're doing, I'm sorry for the glare, what you're doing is actually mending your heart chakra. You are becoming more enlightened for this situation. It's changing the way you view things, and you're actually going to experience heart healing, okay? Someone is coming. It's like, you know, you called up into the ethers. You called out to the ethers for this restoration to take place. Then you got Queen of Earth. Remember we talked about that you were going to be, you know, maybe getting some financial fulfillment. Well, this woman's got it all. Look at her. Glorious. So regal. She's got it all. She's nurturing. She's caring. So for me, this is also kind of like Taurus energy, right? She's strong, but she's also, you know, it's like the strength of her feminine energy. It's the strength. This could be male or female. It's the energy, okay? So this feminine energy is like, I feel nurtured. I feel held. I feel like, and her money is together. Look at this butterfly that landed right on her shoulder, because she attracts abundance. She attracts divine favor, right? But remember also it said about feeling, you know, these energies might have you feeling, you know, like overwhelmed or saddened, or like, you know, you might feel overwhelmed at the task of getting all of your ducks in a row. But feeling this sense of like sadness and, you know, all of this heartbreak, these are blockages. If you're not doing it in a constructive way to clear out what needs clearing out, to resolve what needs resolving, to heal what needs healing, so that way you can sit in this energy. These people have reached king and queen status. They have mastered their, you know, emotions. They have mastered taking action. So you see, that's taking action, and that's finances, abundance, prosperity. So after that, we also have the Ace of Air, which is the Ace of Swords. That is like the sword of truth. I'm telling you, some of you guys are going to be speaking your truths or having truths spoken to you, and it will come in as a shock, okay? It's going to be a tower moment. We talked about the tower. Remember when it was coming up a lot before, guys? Well, here it is again. And look, we got temptation. So the tower might be somebody crash banging back into your life again. This could be receiving bombshell news. This could be a suddenly moment, but it's all going to go where your energy has flowed, right? Where your attention has been, right? So remember, energy flows where attention goes. or where attention goes, energy flows. That's the thing. So, you know, where has your energy and your attention been? Has your attention been on things that don't serve you? Have you been giving attention to someone who is not serving you? Have you not been giving attention to yourself and not serving yourself? Like, what are you co-creating? That's what this new moon is about. What are you co-creating? What are you trying to make happen here? You know? And if it's on autopilot and you don't like the results, it's time to get back into manual and get it out of automatic. You need to be in stick shift. You need to be switching the gears. Okay? Look at that, 4 of Wands. So there's like the some of the sites had said it's going to be about this renewed strength you have, right? This renewed purpose and drive. And then look, you got the Queen of Wands. That's the go-getter, action taker. And then we have counterparts. So when you, and from 2 different decks, but it's just to show you, like, if you align your energy correctly, you will attract the counterpart. And the counterpart doesn't have to be romantic. Your counterpart can be look at that, you got the devil twice. Temptation is the devil in this deck, and then you got it here twice. I'm telling you now, you will be eaten up by those things that you don't want anymore. And the Tower is going to come in heavy. This is, are you finished or are you done? And then you also have the Ten of Swords. That is like feeling defeated or feeling like stabbed in the back. But it's also about endings. Like, you're finished, you're done. That was the last straw. That was the last sword, right? You're finished. Use this energy of this moon to secure, to that energy of finding security, that energy of feeling secure, right? And that's the thing you're seeking, or that's the thing you're lacking. And let that fire under you make you be done. Aren't you done? Are you finished or are you done? Aren't you done with lack? Aren't you done with poverty mind? Aren't you done with toxicity and generational curses and toxic behavioral patterns and self-sabotaging actions? Be done with it, because this moon is, you can work with this energy and harness it for material gain, for financial gain, for spiritual gain, for mental clarity. You can get this mental clarity, and you can get it in a suddenly moment, right? In this suddenly moment, if you will make the decision to be done, to be done. You got the Knight of Swords, and that's another, someone rushing in hot, quick, with a message, right? We talked about messages coming in, but look, in this deck, his sword is bloody. So this is somebody who fought their way to get to you to bring this message, or this is somebody who, that's how much in a rush you're going to be out of it. You're going to be slaying things left and right. Like, I'm slaying this toxic behavior. I'm slaying this relationship that's not serving me. I'm slaying this, family dynamic that's not in my best interest. And a lot of people, I feel, are also going to be moving before this year is out. Like, it might not even look like it right now, but I am really getting like downloads on downloads on downloads of people up and leaving, like up and moving, and not even just moving, here, like near is what I meant to say, but moving far, like thousands of miles away, hundreds of miles away, because you're running after, you are like running like a bat out of hell towards your security, towards your comeuppance, and being ready to leave it all behind. You got the Empress. This is the Empress energy. The Empress is like the all the way leveled up Queen of Pentacles, okay? She has everything. Everything. in all aspects. She has everything. She's loving, she's nurturing, but you see she also has her heart is crowned, it's exalted, and then she has a shield, right? Because she's still going to protect herself. She's still going to safeguard her energies. Her boundaries are firm and in place. And she still has her softness. You see the flower there? And you see she's sitting on the crescent moon with her foot on the crescent moon. Let me tell you, this moon energy is really moving things. So please work with it. Let's just pull a few more. Well, or should we leave it there? 10 of Cups. So this is what you're going to sacrifice if you don't. Okay? This is the Tower will snatch away your 10 of Cups moment because you keep throwing it away with both hands. You push it away. You're pushing happiness away with both hands and then wondering why you're not happy. You're pushing security and stability away and allowing people to do this to you. Allowing circumstance to do this to you. Just attracting by default. Just accepting whatever you're given by not having standards, by not having boundaries, right? Or are you finished? Are you done? So that you can move from that 10 to this 10, which is complete, emotional fulfillment. That is like happily ever after. And your happily ever after may not look like my happily ever after, but it's happily ever after, right? If it feels like it to you, if it feels like happily ever after to you, then isn't that enough? Look, at the bottom, lovers. That's about decision making, but that's also about the coming together, union. That could be about, your counterpart coming in. Remember, we did get counterparts, but you have to be in an energetic space to do that. Some of you might be making the decision to be like, this ain't working. And look, beneath that is temperance. Have patience for this to cultivate. But if you spend no time with yourself, what kind of relationship you think you're going to have? Use this moon's energy to really get that grounding. We want stability. We want security. We want safety and protection. And you should feel safe and protected within your relationship. You should feel safe and protected within your finances, in all those earthly matters that Taurus rules. You deserve to feel secure, but your actions and your mindset and your vibration have to match it. So make sure you are using this energy to build the life you want for yourself, okay? Put you first. Mask on you first, right? Because you leave it up to somebody else, and they'll gladly suck the air right out of your lungs. Take all your sacrifices, and then where does that leave you? Where does that really leave you? Grandmother Earth. We're just gonna pull 3 of these. Trickster. Didn't we get that temptation card a couple times? Got that devil energy. That's the other trick in the devil card is, look at that circle of life. I'm telling you, completions are here. People are finished and people are done. And for those who aren't, you are just going to reignite, like with the call. What you're going to call down is another full-blown cycle. You're going to end it and then restart it. Let's hit the reset button on hell for you. So figure out if you're really finished or if you're done and what you really want and if you're going to get that security. And then we have Wounded Healer. So I told you, a lot of you guys are healing. People are healing from this energy. And we're going to just read a little bit of the cards. So we're just going to read the card meanings because I see we're already really over. Grandmother Earth, stop and take measure of your life. Assess who you are and where you are. Make plans for the future, but don't act on those plans until you are ready and feel secure in stepping forward. Now, do the cards lie? Oh, let me shut up. There is a profound source of strength and power within you, and it is expanding now. Put your roots down. This is the time of preparation and going deeper. You heard that? Let's read Trickster. Trickster. Things are not as they seem. Something that seems bad may be in fact good, and vice versa. Don't take everything at face value. Look beneath the surface. This card encourages you to try to find humor or gentle amusement in seemingly difficult situations. It also encourages you to have irrepressible fun. Step out of the mold. Okay? So even if things are hell right now, try to approach it gently. Try to approach your healing gently. Try to approach your moving toward better days gently. And wounded healer. Okay, let's find wounded healer. And it's the last card of the deck. Completion, finished or done. Card meaning, healing energy, vitality, and life force energy are flowing through you and to you. You are a healer, and you provide healing for others, even if you're not conscious of it. Whatever needs healing in your life is being resolved. Your so-called faults are becoming your virtues. No matter what happened in your past, the past does not need to equal the future. It's true, the cracks can be where the light enters the soul. Don't beat up on yourselves, my loves. Take this energy, assess where you are in your life, be okay with wherever it is, because at least you will know where you're starting from. And then if you don't like where you're at, you can adjust, you can recalibrate, you can reroute and point your toes in the direction you want to go in, and take one step forward and another and another and another. I am sending you so much healing energy and so many well wishes. I am wishing you mad love and many blessings, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.